Radio 1. Many congratulations, and Vishwaroopam is finally up for release, and great to talk to you.
My pleasure.
I want to start with the fact that everybody knows you're a trained Bharatanatyam dancer, but in the title song, you're actually doing a Kathak sequence. So is there a bit of Kathak training too?
Yes, I trained when I was 12 or 13 with Mr. Kulkarni of Kolhapur. But it was a short period, but it was a very total immersion kind of class. He was there every day in the house. He lived with us in Eldams Road, and he used to teach me every day, at least 2-3 hours of training every day. That went on for nearly 1 or 2 years. That's my basics in that kind of dance, and I've been a fan ever since. I worked with Gopi Krishna Saab on classical. He trained me for some time, very little while, but I've always admired Birju Maharaji for his panache and grace, and so it came true with this film.
Also, the little bit of that we've seen of the scuba diving, it's absolutely spectacular. It can be compared to any Hollywood production. Like they said back in the day, Alavandan was the inspiration for Kill Bill. So, just a little bit about the scuba stunts. I believe you did it yourself.
Yes, even the heroine Pooja Kumar had done a bit. It's a very important sequence in the film. And it was very well researched, and when the picture comes out and that sequence, I'm sure will be discussed, like the Faraday shield was discussed in the first version of how ingeniously the heroine of the film helps diffuse a dirty bomb.
It's very interesting for us that Shekhar Kapur, the great director, the man who made Elizabeth and all these wonderful films, is a part of the cast. He's reprising his role. So the two of you are good friends, aren't you? So are you able to challenge him as an actor?
No. He did it for friendship. This is he feels challenged as an actor. He doesn't think of himself as an actor, but I do, because basically the idea of acting is all about understanding and intelligence, and he has a lot of it, and is shown that as a director itself. And we keep ribbing each other about stories that we have spoken for the last 35 years and never got to making anything. We should have. So it was a threat come an invitation when I told him, either you direct me or I'll direct you.
The girls are, again, they've really come into their own, both Pooja as well as Andrea. Is there any change in that dynamic? Is there more screen time for them, so to say?
As a matter of fact, they have more screen time in this film, because that's how the story unfolds. So it's very interesting to see that it's a prequel and a sequel. So we are explaining what was only intriguing and raised eyebrows. Now those questions are answered in this, and it's sort of every piece falls into place. The jigsaw puzzle is complete.
Is this also, in a sense, a mother and son story? Because Vaidaji is there. In the little bit that we can see there's a wonderful interaction, a look between the two of you. So just Vaida Rahman as your mother.
Yes. This is about what makes... we know that the bomb ticks, but what makes Wizam tick? These are the things that... And what made Wizam what he is, as we have seen him in Vishwaroopam2. What made him... We have explained what made him become a sleeper in America. Why RAW put him to sleep in America. Because it was almost a protection program for him by RAW when they felt that he's safer there and might be picked up for later use. And Nirupama inadvertently opens the Pandora's box and things start rolling.
Have you always been a fan of espionage novels or books or movies?
My uncle worked in intelligence, so you always have these imagination that, and sometimes it runs wild. As a boy, I used to think that I have a James Bond in the family. And I used to pester him with questions of how they do it and what. And I was quite disappointed when he started telling about the realities of espionage and the gut and gore part of it, and how much military surveillance research and how boring it is, like any other job.
And here are you again singing. That's another thing that you really enjoy. I mean, you are classically trained, that's fine, but the fact that you've seamlessly assimilated your talents into modern pop music, as it were. Yeah, Gibran's music and, you singing.
Yes, but Gibran has composed it in a sort of a semi-classical fashion in Desh. So I was not planning to sing it, but he wanted me to sing it, so I sang it, and Prasoon Joshi Saab has written the lyrics. These kind of lyrics don't happen every day, so I was happy, and the song has come out well as well.
These are also very telling times for this film to be released. I mean, you didn't plan on releasing it in this manner, but just as a social commentary of everything that's happening in this country. And Wizam's character and everything that happens with him talks about that, how Muslims are viewed in this. I know, you proclaim that you are an atheist, you don't believe in religion, so to say. But your thoughts on that, on the narrative being the way it is, and, the way minorities are treated today?
See, minorities were never respected in the world from the beginning. Even majorities were neglected. How else would you explain African slaves in America? That's a majority that's been made into a minority in America. But how could you ever... That is terrorism, if you ask me. And we've been consistently doing it in the world and conveniently saying sorry. The Spanish Inquisition happened in the name of religion, and madness prevailed in Europe, and then later on they realized, and Christianity took a turn that became exemplary gratia for charity in the world. That they took up something that even governments are shying away from. They gave away education as charity, which I respect. I mean, in spite of being not religious, there are certain things that have come out of religion which I have to salute. And it's not the gods, it's the civic act that Christianity, Islam have done. We have to respect that. There is a good side to bad things too.
Rahul Bose as the choice for this particular character, you're picking him and you're working with him. He's another very, very intelligent actor. You must have enjoyed your time on the set and off the set with him.
Yeah, see, as a director, questions are not an impedance. Questions are actually synergy to create, and the right questions create the right synergy. And Rahul Bose was full of questions, whys and why nots, and which is good, because I am like that, and I encourage that, but to an extent, because we have a schedule. But we had given that, and they spent time, energy, and he's going to reap the benefits for it. And it's a unique antagonist, and he played it well. And so also Jaideep Alawat. They're all willing actors, apart from being trained actors. And their faculties work very well in this medium. Both of them have been in various capacities in cinema, and they love not only acting, the art of making cinema.
Do you like Shruti Haasan's rock music or her playback music? What kind of music of hers are you a fan of? Do you most appreciate?
I like the way, I think she will blossom further. I mean, it's too early to As a father, any sound that comes out of her overjoyed me. When she cackled as a kid to now, the time when she's singing it's all a surprise to me. But I know that she has further to go, and I'm only impatiently waiting for that to happen in a faster pace.
Beautiful. Last question. How does Kamal Haasan celebrate life?
By living it. And that's the only way to celebrate it, and living it to the full, to the best of your honest capabilities.
Thank you very much for your time. Cheers.
Thank you.